Hi friend, it's me again Hasti. Welcome back to my channel, or a big warm welcome if you are new here. I know it's been a while since I last posted. Life has been a little bit weird with some big changes happening behind the scene. I just didn't have time or honestly the energy to journal, let alone make a video about it. But now I finally feel a little more recharged and I've really missed sitting down to film and share this space with you. For today's setup, I didn't plan too much in advance. I just knew I wanted to use this beautiful sticker set from Crazy Planner Lady. I'm not sure if this collection is still available, but I will leave her shop link in the description in case you want to check it out. I started by gathering some supplies that match the sticker colors, mostly blue and brown tones. I've got my pens, this washi tape set, and some deco paper from the jotting dots, which I'll be using to bring in some soft natural brown. For the cover page, I want to make one of these girl stickers the centerpiece, probably the left one. I think it will work best. I will layer it with other bits to create a little collage moment. I'm using this flower pattern butter paper from the jotting dots as a background. Since it's slightly sheer, it's adds texture without being too overpowering. Originally, I wanted to use doily paper, but I forgot to pack it when I moved, so we are improvising today, and honestly, I love how it turned out. For this setup, I pretty much did everything on the go. I didn't sketch anything out beforehand or plan a layout. I just figured things out as I went and tried to make the most of the supplies I had picked out. You will see me testing how things look, layering different pieces, and making small adjustments along the way. Honestly, this is not how I usually work. I like my spread to look pretty, at least by my own standard. I try to avoid anything that looks too messy or unfurnished, especially if I'm going to film it. Plus, I always try to keep my recording time as short as possible because I have two small kids and one of them is still just 2 years old. So I usually only get to film while she's napping, and that gives me a very limited window. That's why I often plan everything in advance so I can record in about 3 hours or less. But the downside is I spend a lot of time planning and sometimes it comes too much. It is one of the reasons why it takes me so long to publish a video, and honestly a few videos have been scrapped entirely just because the timing didn't work out anymore. So for this one, I decided to let go a little and go with the flow. It actually took longer than usual to record, but it saved me from overthinking everything and that felt refreshing. Oh, and here's a good example of why I usually prefer to plan my spread. When I was writing the title, I totally misjudged the space and ran out of room for the letter Y. I managed to fix it by moving the die cut around, but the lettering still didn't turn out quite how I wanted. But you know what? I'm learning to embrace the imperfection. It's a good reminder to slow down, let go of perfectionism, and be a little kinder to myself in the process. Okay, that's a little behind the scenes story for you. Now for the actual page, I kept it very simple. Some washi layering, a few stickers, and to add a bit of dimension, I used some floral die cuts and small text pieces. With everything going on in my life lately, it's no surprise that my reading habits have taken a hit. I've still been trying to pick up a book whenever I can, and I've managed to finish 1 or 2 books a month, but honestly, I haven't felt that same joy I used to get from reading. Over the past few months, almost all the books I've read have actually been audiobooks, and I've always been listening while doing something else. I really miss the day when I could sit down and just read, where 100% of my attention was on the story and nothing else. No multitasking, no distraction, just me and the book. So I've been thinking maybe I should block out a small part of my day, like 15 to 30 minutes, when everyone's still asleep, to read and just have a bit of true me time. And since I know my reading mood has been up and down, I've decided to let go of my monthly reading challenge for now. Instead, I'm focusing on books that are solidly in my comfort zone, stories I know I will enjoy. So on this page, I'm writing down my TBR for July. I'm keeping it super simple, just the title, no cover images. Mostly because I didn't bring my printer with me when I moved and I haven't found a good print shop nearby yet. But also, considering how unpredictable my reading has been, a clean list feels more flexible and less pressure. In the past, I've barely made it through my TBR list, so I'm trying to keep things low-key and more in tune with where I am right now. Now, moving on to the next spread, my daily reading tracker. Just like before, I went into this page without a solid plan. The only thing I knew for sure was that I wanted to include a calendar and a space to list the books I plan to read this month. I decided to keep the left side of the spread for the calendar and the right side for the book list. To create a soft border effect, I layered some torn deco paper, washi tape, and a bit of old paper along the top and bottom edges. To make the bottom section a bit more fun, I added a girl sticker from Wendy. Her illustration always brings such a cozy vibe. As usual, I added a calendar to track my daily reading. This time I made it smaller. It's only take up half the page because I already know I won't be reading a lot. But even a small tracker is a gentle nudge to remind me to pick up a book, even if it's just for a few minutes. I felt like the top part of the page looked a little empty, so I used some leftover deco paper and sticker from Crazy Planner Lady to fit it in and balance everything out. Originally, I was planning to use the bottom part of the edge to pass book cover for what I read, kind of like what Erin does in her reading journal, which is I love. But again, no printer, and I still haven't found a good print shop nearby, so I switched things up. After thinking it over, I decided to use my alphabet stamps to write reading tracker at the bottom. To add some texture and make it pop, I drew a simple grid background behind the stamp letter. For something so last minute, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. Now we are moving on to the last page in the setup. This one will be for tracking the books I read throughout the month. Decoration wise, I kept it super simple. I did something similar to the previous page, but this time I used more old book paper to give the spread a softer, neutral tone. I tore the paper by hand to create the natural, imperfect edge and place it around the corner of the page. Just like before, I layer a few of supplies I had on hand to add some texture and a bit of dimension without overwhelming the page. Since I know I won't be reading a ton of books this month, I didn't want the page to feel too empty, so to break up the blank space, I added a small paper tag right in the center. That little detail helped reduce the open space while still leaving enough room to write. I ended up adding 7 small boxes, one for each book I might read this month. I feel like that more than enough for me where I'm at right now. Finger crossed this page won't stay empty by the end of the month. And that's it for this setup. Even though I went into this spread completely blind with no solid plan, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It might not be the most polished or structured setup I've ever done, but it felt honest, and that's exactly what I needed this month. And just a little update, as I'm recording this voiceover, I've already finished a book, and by the time this video goes up, there's a good chance I'll be wrapping up my second one too. So maybe my reading mood is slowly making its way back. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'm so close to hitting 1000 subscribers, and your support really means the world to me. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, happy journaling and happy reading. See you soon, friends.